Shalom, I'm Rabbi Gary Fernandez, head rabbi at Synagogue Beth Israel here in the city of Sanford. And I'd like to talk about a peculiar subject matter. The sons of God, the daughters of man, and Nephilim. What is it that Scripture is indicating there in Bereshit chapter 6, verse 4? Of course, the book of Genesis. For instance, when it comes to this peculiar subject matter, there are those that teach that these are angels that came and had relations with human beings, women here on earth, or that they were fallen angels, quote unquote, that actually had relations with the women of earth. Or in some cases, you even hear some people talk about that these are UFOs, that, same thing. Anyway, the first two scenarios, angels or quote unquote fallen angels. If that's really true, then that means that Hercules is real. Because in Greek mythology, Zeus came to earth, had relations with a woman, and then had a demigod for a son. Since we know that that's not real, and that that's not true, then we have to now look at what is it that Scripture is indicating. What is it telling us? Well, we go to the book of Hayashar, the book of Jasher, mentioned, of course, in the book of Yehoshua, Joshua, chapter 10, and we see that in the book of Hayashar, it indicates that, of course, that from Adam all the way to Enoch, that particular lineage was considered the sons of God because of their great stature, their great strength, their great intellect, and, of course, the relationship in which, of course, they had with the Eternal. What happens is that in the book of Hayashar, it indicates that from Enoch on, after Enoch, the sons of God category, that even those after Enoch fell in, they started to diminish in stature, and it was due to the fact that after Enoch, they all started getting involved in idolatry. As they became involved in idolatry, their stature started to diminish. Since they all noticed that that was happening, they, in the book of Hayashar, it says that they chose to search among the daughters of man to see if they would be able to find a particular Amazon type woman, the best of the best of the flock of man, and see if they could find someone who would be suitable to be able to then, of course, have relations with, and see if they could save that stature that they had, and that it wouldn't continue to diminish. And of course, it did continue to diminish, because here we are today, and you run around looking on this planet since the time of Adam till today, and there are no Nephilim anymore. Okay, we do have around the planet maybe a couple of people 7 feet tall, maybe almost 8 feet tall, something of that sort. But it's not communities. It's not continents full of people like that. What's very interesting is that word Nephilim. Nephilim, when you ask anyone what does Nephilim mean, they go, oh, that means giants. And then they start going into, all about Goliath and so on and so forth. But what's really interesting is that word Nephilim really means the giants that were smaller than the first. Now that's really interesting, because Nephilim is used for those after Enoch. The giants that are smaller than the first. Quite interesting. So anyway, I'm going to leave you all with that one. And I want you all to do some homework and give us a call. 407-415-2908. Let us know your opinion on this matter. Shalom.